Hello, and welcome back to more Standard on Arena with me, Autumn, aka Rainy the Witch. Today, we are playing some Omniscience combo. Historically, we've not had the best feeling about Omniscience combo on the stream, but it's gained some great new cards that make me very excited about it and make me think it's a much stronger deck than it used to be. So, Omniscience combo is a deck all about getting your Omniscience in your graveyard and then using Abuelo's Awakening to put it into play. Once your Omniscience is in play, you get to cast your whole deck. Eventually, you find Invasion of Arcavios to kill your opponent with. Pretty strong stuff. Turns out casting spells for free is a little bit messed up. However, it's gained some really sick new cards recently that I think have upped the power level, upped the consistency a bit in some nice ways. Roiling Dragonstorm has replaced Charter Course as our way of discarding our Omniscience to the yard. Very similar card to Charter Course, but the big gain is Marang River Regent, which kind of pulls a lot of duty in this deck. It's a discard outlet with the instant mode. Get your Omniscience in the yard at instant speed. Your opponent doesn't know it's coming. It's card advantage, phenomenal. In fact, card advantage that keeps getting better the further the game goes, right? Because you keep putting it back in your deck to redraw it. And the 6/7 is like a really solid pivot plan, which I think is something Omniscience really lacked before. I was never that impressed by Riptide Gearhawk, which was the previous pivot plan. But River Regent is like a free pivot plan that takes up no deck building space because you just want Coil and Catch the Omen half in your deck anyway. So it's such a huge upgrade to the deck in my mind. And then in the sideboard, we have Jeskai Revelation as a new way of winning the game, which means our kill con now only takes a single card in the sideboard instead of two. So I am very excited about this deck. We're going to take it through some metagame challenges and see how it performs for us today. This certainly seems like a keep. Has a good mana. Has the Awakening already. We still need to get the Omniscience in the yard. Kind of hard to mull this. Arcavios. I don't want to mill this. I don't really want to draw it. I feel like with this hand, if we get an Omniscience in play, we're going to kill our opponent anyway. We have another Arcavios. We can draw two. I think I just want to get rid of that and keep digging for the Omni, so we can set that up. Seems important to me. Right, Moment of Truth could get us an Omni. Give it a spin. Hey, Pale Geek. Yeah, new angle with these dragons, right? Very, very new angle. Oh my god, we did it. So we put one into hand, one into graveyard, one into the bottom. So I guess we put stock up in hand, Omni into the graveyard, and Moment of Truth on the bottom. Omniscience is in the yard for Awakening. Or we even find a fourth land. Although this land makes our Seachrome come down tap, so we should just play Seachrome and fire off stock up anyway. And find an untapped land off it. New camera angle. Yeah, I thought it works quite well with this camera though. Pretty happy with this setup. Oh, the counter spell. Interesting that they're countering that instead of saving it for an Awakening. Yeah, we're doing some metagame challenges. I always like doing the metagame challenges when they're live. Just adds a bit of stakes to the experience, you know. Always a good time. This is a very different camera, and yeah. My partner was exceptionally kind and went out and found a nice new camera to replace her 2-decade-old camera. Oh my god, these interferences. So rude. Land drop is fine, but it doesn't actually do anything for me. It looks very good. Yeah, I agree. I love it. No, the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, they get to take this Awakening. We need to find another one now. Or a Lockdown to answer the bat. be worse for us, though. They're not pressuring me that much, right? I think I want a River Regent now, so it can't get countered. Oh, I guess holding open Riddle's pretty nice, though, right? I'm just worrying about this getting countered. Oh, y'all appreciate Asuka? That's so cute. I love that. I appreciate Asuka, too. This might shock you to hear, but I'm a very big fan of her. Oh, Mockingbird on bat? No! Okay, this is the downside of me not holding open Riddle, I guess. They now get to take the lockdown. Oh my goodness. We get to look for another lockdown. Very skillful. That list is so hateful. It's kind of wild. Anyway, this lockdown should be good enough. It's good to have appreciation on a testing team. So true, so true. You got to appreciate your testing partner. Hey, Emily. Good to see ya. Alright, well, I mean, it gets awakening time. I can even have Riddle open. Okay, resolves. Let us coil and catch. Draw free, discard a card. We do brick. A little unfortunate. I'm worried that if I go for this Riddle, they can kill my Omniscience. But I guess if they do, we have another Awakening in hand, so we just go again next turn. So I guess I'm just gonna cast it. And keep spinning my wheels. Another River Regent, alright. Keep this River Regenting, I suppose. For free, discard a card. Oh my god. Okay, okay, our hand has a theme. Our hand has a theme right here. Oh, Abuelo's is a Roiling Oh my god, Gwen, you're so smart. You're so smart. Yeah. It's a Roiling Dragonstorm. It was a Roiling Dragonstorm all along. We're learning how the new cards work. The new cards work very well, in fact. Look at this Roiling Dragonstorm. How much better than Charter Course is this? I have Xenoblade Free music very soundly stuck in my head right now. Xenoblade Free music slaps. So, you know, this is an okay problem to have, but it's quite funny how resoundingly stuck in my head it is. We are metagame challenging. That's literally what we're doing. I don't know how to break it to you. Xenoblade X. Oh, I need to play that one. A friend of mine who's a big Xenoblade fan reckons that would be one of my favorites. Yeah, you wanted a charter course to find with an invasion. Yeah, playing one charter course might be reasonable. Return target spell or permanent. Yeah, you just deal 4 to them to death, right? It's pretty nice. Yeah, the X remaster. Yeah, I would have played that one, but I ended up getting free instead because it was the one that was in the second hand store, and I wanted to play both. So, Oh, the music is amazing, Sophia. Even if you don't play the games, it's worth going and listening to the music, like, absent of context. The music is so good. Alright, so we're against Demir. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Great to have you here. I don't know how good Spell Pierce is. Some of their stuff is just creatures, right? We can maybe trim on some things. We kind of want some answers to Ghost Vacuum, I guess. But Disenchant feels like a little narrow. Maybe it's fine. Maybe we just want Abolisher. Maybe Abolisher is just the card we want. Yeah, beats Counterspells, beats Ghost Vacuum too. Abolisher sounds phenomenal here. I think Dispersal does not excite me, like, hugely. Not a huge amount of good things to attack bounce, other than Kaito, which you can't target very easily anyway. Disenchant for Vacuum. Yeah, I was thinking that. Maybe I just have to bring in the Disenchants. We can always loot them away when we don't want them, right? Try this. Game up in our first match of the Metagame Challenge. I'm definitely keeping this. We can discard the Omni to the Dragonstorm. Also hard to mulligan too much against that deck, because they have a lot of interaction. Definitely keeping River Regent on top. Oh, it might be a best of one Leyline is banned. It might be due to that, Shay. I kind of want to get down my tap land. Honestly, like, land drops, I'm pretty into keeping a land drop. Maybe that's silly, but, like, I don't know. We potentially want to get to 6 mana here for this Grand Abolisher, right? I think it's fine to keep it on top. Now I just say go with Confounding Riddle open. Next turn we say go with Coil and Catch. It's a nice one. Yeah, they're not pressuring me. I'm pretty okay with this. We just get to chill. It's really nice. It must be Rage. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, Rage has been, like, modified, I think. Something like that. I'm just gonna counter this. Like, I don't hugely care about this, but it just feels like if I stop them resolving a threat here whilst I'm hitting my land drops, that's pretty phenomenal for me. Like, they're just over there not attacking. Alright, they duress. They have to take the Dragonstorm instead of the Omni. Unless they have a Ghost Vacuum ready, of course. Yeah, they take the Dragonstorm. They really don't want to take this Omni. Just our turn. Riddle is solid. How do we feel about playing Abolisher? I really want to Coil and Catch is the thing. If they play anything I need to counter, I can Riddle it, and we can still just, like, trade Abolisher with a removal spell or whatever. Yeah, you like Abolisher Riddle? I think I do as well. I think it's pretty good. Forces them to have the kill spell, forces them to spend mana on the kill spell instead of developing threats. But Grand Abolisher is so sick. Oh my god, they're gonna make their own Grand Abolisher? Do I have to counter this? Do I care about this? Like, all very unclear. I think I don't care about this. I'm just gonna look at the top 4. Is that crazy? Spell Piss. Alright, it was getting countered either way. They get their own Grand Abolisher. They kill our Grand Abolisher. Interesting, interesting. Well, I could just resolve a dragon. They might not be able to beat a dragon, but Coil and Catch sounds pretty phenomenal too. Discard this Omni for next turn. Do I play out the Abolisher now? I could just save it. Fire for Dragonstorm now. Sure. Next time we win, if they don't have either a cancel for this Abolisher or some Grave Hate or whatever. Right, fire off Abolisher. You have it, opponent. 3 steps ahead, something like that. Oh my god, alright, they die. You'd love to see it. Opponent has cast so much interaction these 2 games, and has still just, like, gotten murdered. We Invasion. We grab Revelation. Revelation bounces Arcavios. Arcavios grabs Revelation, so on and so forth. Alright, starting the metagame challenge with a W. With blue-white Omniscience. Let's go. I believe I'm not allowed to mulligan this, even if it is slightly clunky. I literally have the combo in hand. Just need to survive to set it up. Hey, Alchemical, good to see ya. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alert, alert, we might die. Okay. Fun times. We do need our 4th land drop to combo them. We also need to find something to stop me dying, though. So I think I'm obligated to get rid of this. To look for a bounce spell. There's the scamp. Uh-oh. I believe I might be about to die, chat. Oh, yike. They kind of don't need much. Yeah, second land means we're dead, right? Second land means 2 pump spells gets us. Damn. Leyline of Resonance. What a card. What a card. Everyone's favorite. Oh, they only even needed 1 pump spell to kill us because of double Leyline. Yeah, only 1 pump was needed. Indeed, indeed. I'm just gonna go ahead and click this button. I'm gonna get the manifest so many times. So true. The Exiled. I've never seen you here before. Pleased to meet you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we definitely want these Devout Decrees, I guess. Yeah, Falahi there would have been good. That's true. Marang River Regent does seem pretty slow against them. Confounding Riddle doesn't seem great. It's so awkward because, like, how I would want to board if they start on Leyline is so different from how I'd want to board if they don't start with Leyline. It's kind of maddening. Like, these bases are phenomenal if they don't play Leyline on 1. And pretty horrendous otherwise. Maybe something like this? Change the equation over the Spell Pierce, maybe? It feels so hard to board in Disenchant. Maybe I have to. It's just it only hits 4 cards in their deck. But it's also their 4 most important cards. So there's no interaction. It has... I guess it doesn't even have a good setup for the combo necessarily. I guess I'm going to mull this on 7 to look for interaction. Alright, we're definitely keeping this on 6. And get rid of... Devout Decree change the equation, maybe? Maybe to change the equation. Alright, they have the Leyline. That sucks. Okay. Sure thing. Sure thing, friend. They have the Swifty. Let's just go ahead and Devout Decree this. Try 1, get rid of this. Don't need another land. Yeah, I suppose so, Exiled. If I knew my opponent mulled really aggressively for Leyline, I would probably mull more aggressively. I would probably, like, sideboard in Disenchants and mull a little bit for them. Oh, I'm worried if I cast Stock Up, I can just die. I'm also worried that holding open this Dispersal, I'm, like, not exactly getting anywhere very fast. Monstrous Rage. Yeah. Opponent's going for it. We find a replacement creature, unfortunately. So it's not exactly like this one is dying. We're going to get rid of both these lands. Monastery Swift Spear. Yeah, I love that name. It's very, very funny. Oh, I could just hold open Blast Zone for the hero. Maybe that's the line. So they have this Ember Heart is the problem, so they're still going to be hitting me for a bunch. Possible that not firing off stock up is just like an unacceptable level of cowardice. Heartfire dies. The Might of the Meek still going to get them a card because of this Challenger, annoyingly. Mine's a Slick Shot that they don't get to use. That's something at least. Oh, I think they have Fling in their hand. The way that they're getting priority there. And not doing anything with it. Unfortunately, it might just kill us, so you know. Beza. Devout Decree. I guess we just have to take the interactive cards because we're nowhere close to comboing at the moment. Kind of want to keep this, so we're like partway there. Okay. They're going to fling the Challenger to get the Challenger trigger. Yep. This puts me to 9, and then if they find a pump spell, we die. They find a mountain instead. Okay. Barely hanging on. Pretty sweet line from the opponent, though. Alright, this is nice. We're going to get tokens, we're going to get life, we're going to get a treasure. And then we can use this treasure to fire off a Devout Decree if I want. Which I think I do. I think the Scry is pretty valuable. Makes a pump spell, like makes a Monstrous Rage a bit more manageable, getting rid of their creature too. Find a stock up, beautiful. Okay. Maybe the final card is like another fling. Not really sure. It could just have been that land as well. Ooh, temporary lockdown for the 2 critters. Not terrible. And then I kind of just want to get in with Beza. Maybe we're just killing them with our Beza this game. We have a bounce spell, like... The Beza kill might be real. Phenomenal. Alright. Get in for 4. Put them to 11. Oh, I could almost bounce my Beza, recast it for 4 life. I think I'd rather just hit them. We have them on a 3-turn clock, and we have a bounce spell. So, we're kind of murdering them. Hey, Bunfun. Hey, Fox. Good whole priority bounce half the damage. The problem with that is dealing 4 to them means we wouldn't even gain life anyway if we deal damage to them. So, I think I'd rather just hold this bounce spell to stop them killing me. Alright, 1-1. We somehow won that game. Ridiculous. Hopefully they just don't have a ley line. Game 3. That would be a relief. Still don't feel like I'm allowed to board in Disenchants, unfortunately. Oh, thank you, Annie. Alright, game 3. Well, this is certainly a keep. We might die if they have Leyline and a turn 2 kill. But if they don't, we have changed the equation on 2 to buy time and then lock down to answer their board. It seems pretty unreasonable to ever mulligan this hand. Considering that, like, we don't have a great game plan against their strongest draws anyway. Outside of drawing one of our free dispersals. But I think I'm just going to keep this and cross my fingers they don't have the fast kill. Yes, no leyline. No leyline on 1 is phenomenal. Our chances of winning this game just skyrocketed. It's Painless White for lockdown. I kind of need a 4th land at some point anyway. I think I'm pretty into it. There's the Slick Shot. Okay. Slick Shot's spooky because it means even with this change, the equation is to be a counter. They might still push quite a bit of damage here before the lockdown can hit. Wait, they're attacking. How all in are they going to go? They're raging the hero. So Slick Shot becomes free, hero becomes 2, and then grows off the rage. I think I have to let this resolve. And if they have the fling, I have to change the equation. 8 damage, it puts me to 10, which is obviously spooky, but they might just be going for the fling kill here, and if they do, we're ready. Okay, the same go. Yeah, you like anything, letting anything but fling go? Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Oh, this is pretty nice. We get a Beza in hand on Omniscience in the yard. And now we just get to hope lockdown's good enough. They're cycling their Might of the Meat, sure thing. Yeah, if we counted, we wouldn't be at 10. Yeah, but if they had Pump Spell Fling, they would still have killed us then. Whereas if they have Pump Spell Fling and we wait to counter Fling, we don't die. Was kind of my thinking. Oh, they could go Haste. Haste plus Fling only puts me... Oh, Haste plus Fling kills me. If they have the Fling, we die. Damn. Okay, they don't have it. Good news, good news. And we have this change the equation, so even if they have a shock, they can't really beat me putting this Omniscience in play. Nice. Let us start with a stock up. Grab Beza Archive. So the bad news is we have to keep playing Magic. The good news is we're going to gain a lot of life. Do we want to just go to 14? I feel like I don't need to. I feel like I can hold this other Beza. They have bounce spell change. It's just like kind of impossible for me to die. We can just hold this other Beza and use it like next turn if they manage to kill this one. Alright, they are attacking. We are certainly blocking. They rage the hero. Means it trades with the Beza, which is pretty acceptable. And then they Felonious rage the hero. Okay, I'm just gonna bounce this. Like, I don't know. I'm not about this nonsense. Opponent doesn't want to keep playing. Let's go! We beat Leyline somehow. That matchup feels truly horrific. But we got that. Look at that baby Omniscience. I know, right? It's such a little cutie. Mighty 1/1 flyer. Fearsome indeed. Certainly mulliganing this. Certainly keeping this. New camera angle. Oh, I'm just on a different PC at the moment. New everything. Oh, Esper. Esper Pixie time. Wow, we get to discard this Omniscience. That's pretty nice. They get to Hopeless Nightmare me 27 times. I think I have to let this resolve. I think this Riddle really needs to find an Abuelos or a land pretty badly. Just gonna discard a River Regent. Okay. Oh my god, this stinks. Well, let's see what we can find, I guess. No land, no Abuelos. I have to take stock up then, right? Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage with this plan, but I think this is the plan. Yeah, I think Esper Bounce is just too bad against the Steel Cutter decks. Is my current feeling. Like, I still think the deck's interesting and, like, quite powerful. But it is really bad against the card Steel Cutter. Kind of shockingly so, honestly. I don't really want them knowing about this Blast Zone. Also, I don't really want to have to discard the Blast Zone to a Nightmare, so maybe I meant to play it out. It's kind of tricky. They hit me to 8. They say go. So now we get to Blast Zone these Pixies to buy time. Pretty solid. They might go for a Kieran, of course. They go for an Entity Tracker, okay. God, I worry that sacking this Blast Zone is like kind of a mistake. Because we almost need to kill them next turn. But I guess any bounce effect would kill me if I don't sack it. So I'm pretty priced into it. Yeah, they run lockdowns and authority in the sideboard. But the thing is, like, you just lose game 1. And then, like, the sideboard games, like, you have your free hate cards. But if you don't draw them, you're screwed. And even if you do draw them, it's far from guaranteed, you know? We have a Riddle to protect us. We are all slightly running out of resources here, so... Counter the town. Fire off the Coil and Catch. Coil and Catch finds a Dragonstorm phenomenal. Go for a Dragonstorm. Draw to... Got a card. We have sadly bricked. I think I'm forced to lock down here, even if it's a bit sad. And then we just have to hope we somehow don't die. Or get our Omniscience answered by my opponent's 10 million pieces of interaction. Yeah, they have a town. Makes sense. Bounce the Omni. We don't have any more Omnis in Yard, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is a tough one. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Zeldin. I should have done exactly that. 100%. Dig a card deeper that way. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Problem is, I have to cast this lockdown to not die. I kind of feel like I have to take Moment of Truth. Yeah, I guess we'd probably have won this. If I'd surveilled at the right time, we'd probably have won this, right? Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, alright, GG opponent. Valiant fight from Esper there. I will admit, Esper, I'm not 100% sure how you board against. I assume second Spell Pierce is great. I assume these Disenchants are good. But it kind of feels like you still want some number of lockdowns against them to reset tokens, but... Yeah, the Abolishers. Abolisher sounds good. Need to cut a few cards. I think these Dispersals kind of stink, right? I could bring in Negates. I could bring in Bezas. Neither of those sounds thrilling to me. I worry that 3 Regents is like too many Regents in this matchup, though. Cut Marang too slow. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that. Maybe I was meant to. Yeah, sure. I mean, Spell Pierce is just so good against them. Again, Flahi is just better. I mean, it's not clear to me that's the case. Flahi doesn't really have text against that deck, right? I guess Marang River Regent doesn't have that much text against their deck either. They have the Spell Pierce. Okay. Sure thing. We do have Abolisher, so maybe we can play through this Ghost Vacuum, but it's a lot of mana to do that. Ends up being 8 mana to combo. Kind of unrealistic. Let's see. Oh boy. It's a lot of lands. I'll say that much. I think we need this River Regent, right? I kind of just want to cast this Abolisher, force them to spend time answering it. You think I want all the lockdowns post board? Yeah, maybe I do. It's kind of tricky because Town is so good against it, and they bring in a bunch of Destroy Evils. But just resetting their board is really important. And it can, like, get a Ghost Vacuum out of play, too. I think I agree with you there. Okay. These entity trackers have looked kind of nice. A lot of card flow. Wow, infinite cards on infinite timelines. Nothing to reanimate, so we're just gonna go Coil and Catch. Do it now so they can't counter it. We find a Blossom. Pretty nice against this Ghost Vacuum. Okay, they get to take Awakening. Annoying. And we are very far away from comboing now. Yeah. I draw a card. I don't know. I've always felt like this matchup's hard for Pixie, but opponent's kind of murdering me. I drew the lockdown after they put the Ghost Vacuum in hand. That's kind of sad. Kind of have to do this to stop myself dying, but it also doesn't achieve that much. The tracker is the reason here. Yeah, the tracker's looking pretty impressive, I've got to say. Cannot deny. Like, I adore stock up, but in this matchup specifically, tracker seems a lot better. You get to hold up, open your interaction on turn 3, and still develop a card draw source. And Omniscience is really bad at removing tracker as well. In any meaningful sense. Alright, getting in with the anchorage. Hitting me for 6. We need the best moment of truth you have ever seen. We also need them not to have second spell piss as well. Its opponent's list is also teched out nicely. The spell pierces, the duresses. Nice bunch of interaction they have going on against us. We're going to sack this, and we're going to hope this moment of truth is so perfect. Needs to show us Omniscience plus Abuelos, pretty much. I mean, almost. Alright, chat. I need to draw an Abuelos immediately. Abuelos waiting room. I guess I can River Regent to buy some time. Right? It doesn't feel like a phenomenal plan, but it does stop me being dead on board. Hover Guard Sweepers, the dream. Powerful stuff. I kind of want to do something weird and grab stock up. I feel like if I grab Abuelos, I need to draw a card draw source next turn to be in this game. Because I feel like if I draw stock up, maybe that can find me Abuelos plus something else. And I can go somewhere from there. Maybe that's bad, but I think I kind of like it. Oh, they have a Disenchant style effect, this lockdown. Draw a bunch of cards up the tracker. Fear bounces land, draws a card. Town bounces lockdown. Let me see. Sure. My Regent shrinks, they draw 2 more cards, they bounce to nowhere. They fire off nowhere on Regent. I could just pierce this, and if they pay for it, they're tapped out. Maybe this is bad. But at the moment, I only have like 7 mana for next turn anyway, so I can't hold up Pierce against a Pierce regardless. Alright, they're firing off another Nowhere. Ooh, this means they're tapped out. We need to stock up into like card draw source. Plus Abuelos. And then we can win. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Easy game. Can't believe I won that. Genuinely absurd. Actually just a wild game to win. Game 3. Outsplayed 2. Yeah, grabbing the stock up was so clutch. Grabbing that stock up instead of the Abuelos with the Arcavios was so clutch. Absurdly good for us. Easy. Aw, how to have better stock ups. You just gotta be lucky. What can I say? I feel like this is an illegal hand. It doesn't make any colors of mana. Oh yeah, Screaming Nemesis is messed up in red mirrors. Very unpleasant card. Alright, this is certainly a fine hand though. We can get the Omni in the yard, we have a Spell Pierce for early interaction. Cannot really complain. Oh. I see. They might have the Ghost Vacuum, sadly, and we don't have blue on one. So they might just get rid of this, and that would feel very sad. But obviously we're discarding it. Like, not really a question. Grand Abolisher? You could also convince me into discarding the Spell Pierce. At this point. Damn, they're shredding my hand. No, we obviously have to just cast this Dragonstorm, dig for our third land drop. We do find it. Do I discard Archive or Pierce? Pierce is definitely fine, but I think getting my land drops is pretty important to be able to cast Coil and Catch to recover. Alright, cast stock up. Please don't have Pierce. Nice. Take Abuelos, take Invasion. So we have the combo all set up. My opponent's just sacking a Nightmare. Wow. They're giving us so much breathing room this game. This is amazing. They do scry 2 to the top, so you know. Make of that what you will. They bounce the Nightmare. They fire off another Nightmare. Am I just discarding this Dragonstorm or this Invasion? I think the Dragonstorm, right? We draw a Lockdown. I feel like casting this Lockdown's pretty dangerous, though I have a Dragonstorm in play. So I guess they would get to discard me, but I would get to draw 2 discards, so it kind of balances out a little bit. And it removes their pressure. I kind of want to cast this. Maybe that's crazy. Oh, hey, Tony. Hey, Sales. Seems kind of good. Seems fine. Yeah, I think I like it. Okay, yeah, they're only attacking us for 2 now, and now we kill them. Oh, we actually won this match. Every match we're winning today feels just like so undeserved. I guess that's a lie. I guess we were always having to work really hard for one of these wins, right? We have like one game where we get run over, one game where we have to like work so hard, and then one game where our opponent's deck is just not able to interact with us in any meaningful way. Alright, I'm certainly keeping this. No interaction, no lockdown or bounce spell is like pretty spooky if they're on an aggressive deck. But the hand sets up really well. It has good mana with Dragonstorm on 2. Certainly not mulliganing it in the dark, right? Even if we might mulligan this against an aggro deck. Opponent seems to be on a very slow deck over there. Maybe Caretakers? Could be a bad Caretakers draw. Just discard the lockdown. We can always reanimate it with Abuelos later anyway, right? If we really want it. My opponent's not really shown me that this lockdown's going to be very good this game. There's the Caretakers. But we have Riddle open. And then turn 4, we can Coil and Catch to put Omni in the yard. They're playing a Beza. I kind of think I can just cancel that. Seems fine. Buys us some breathing room, stops them drawing a card. Better closed deck list. Yeah, our deck is definitely better closed deck list in general, I agree. Opponents don't get to mulligan for the hands that are good against us. Like, obviously we're a bit more spooked against red decks when we can't mulligan for our lockdowns, but we're pretty good at digging for them. We have a lot of card draw. I think overall it's beneficial for Omni. Like, against a deck like Pixie, I think your average, like, 7-card Pixie hand is not very good against Omni, but they can maybe mulligan to find the cards that are good against you. Alright, second Omni is a beautiful find. Because it means the first one gets to cast the second. So that a Get Lost doesn't shut us down. Alright. Opponent has decided to give up on playing Magic. I respect it. Oh, this bounces the Dragonstorm. That's so funny. Do I want to do that or Coil and Catch? I see one less card. I kind of want to Coil and Catch. Instead. Beautiful. Oh, we have Invasion. We just kill them. I'm silly. Yeah, you only need one Invasion of Arcavios to kill now. Which is real nice. You just get to do this. You return this to your hand. You deal 4 to their face. And you feel pretty happy that you're playing the best deck in Standard. Sift is just so nice in this deck. I don't know. I love this card. I feel like Marang River Region is kind of a banger today. I don't know if Pierce is good here. I feel like the games are going to go really long. Yeah, I saw the 5-0 with a no invasion version is fascinating. What did they use to kill? Yeah, it seems it's a lot faster now for sure. And you only need like 1 sideboard slot instead of 2 or 3 to do the kill. Oh, I played Gearhawks main? That's wild. Interesting. I guess you can use River Regents to bounce Gearhawks to like tuck your opponent's entire board. It's a little goofy. Oh, you loop Oracles and Marang. Oh. And then you bounce your opponent's entire board with a pair of Marang River Regents, right? They bounce each other and one thing from your opponent's board. Each. Yeah. That was pretty silly. Revelation can wait, what? Of course it can. I didn't realize that. That's fairly unpleasant. I think I still only want one spell pierce. I have to cut something. I think the games go really long, and that spell pierce is like not actually going to be impressive in the long game. But maybe that's silly of me, since we can always discard it. I just don't know what else we would cut. I feel like all these cards are so good against them. But also this matchup's probably like pretty unlosable. Nice to have a free matchup after all these slugs we've been playing. Of the wastes. You're pretty happy. There's a rest in peace. Okay. I mean, we have 2 blast zones in hand and all the time in the world. I don't think I super care. Marang like the pie. Incredible. And there's the Abuelos. Basically play out blast zone and level it up. Return to hand thing. I have no idea. You mean Dispersal? We already have 3 Dispersals. You could play a 4th. That card is quite good. For sure. Alright, they kill my Dragonstorm. It's acceptable. We're gonna level up our Blossom. Play an untapped land so we can sack the Blast Zone to kill Rip. Serena Luna and TSS. You are both so old. Welcome to the stream. And Nazal Leptra. How is everyone so old? Ancient. So true. Alright, let's just sack this. Get rid of the Rip. Well, guess we want to play an untapped land, because then I can River Regent in there instead, if I so desire. Still have a few turns left before we're dead and done. At least they're drawing a bunch of cards, though. They could certainly dig to another answer here. Maybe discarding this is bad. Maybe. Right, they get in for 5. We go to 9. They might sack this fish if they don't have anything else going on. Or they might make another one, just to like look for anything to do here to interact with us. We are threatening to combo next time. And they might just also draw off this Loran as well. Very good at drawing cards over there. Alright, we both draw. Find myself an island. High Noon. I guess those are card people play now. Oh, so funny. Fountain Port can also make a treasure. For the High Noon. Well, High Noon resolves, I suppose. A good moment of truth to look for an answer. Maybe that's what I meant to do instead of Foyon catching. Yeah, maybe I was meant to have moment of truth to look for a negate or something. Alright, we fire off the River Regent. Draw free, discard a card. Yeah, we could blast on this. It's just so slow. I feel like if I blast zone this, I just kind of die is the problem. Oh boy. Can we mill an Omniscience? We cannot. See. We need to find like a Disenchant, and we need to get an Omni in yard now. This is where they play like a Battlefield Forge. 5 us. Alright, we go to 3. Alright. I mean, we had to kill them next turn anyway, I guess. Doesn't really change very much. We want this moment of truth to show us Omniscience and a Disenchant, please. What? Sure. These aren't really the cards I said. I'm gonna level with you. There's the Disenchant. Problem is, this board probably just kills me. Yeah. Couldn't find an Omni in the top half of our deck. Unfortunate. Alright, game 3. This is gonna sound weird. Do I ever want Beza against them instead of the stupid Spell Pierce? I feel like Spell Pierce is such a thin window of being good. And Beza feels like it's just buys so much time against my opponent. I'm pretty into the idea of that card, honestly. Might even want the second one over like a Moment of Truth. Could do. I think I would have tapped the 1. But I think the first one's like pretty reasonable. Even though they're not an aggressive deck. Would have been great that game, right? Really held my opponent back. I'll change the equation. Yeah, I think you might be right, Wit. Change the equation always counters their hate cards, right? It also counters a get lost when you're going for the combo as well. I think that card sounds pretty reasonable. I should probably actually board it in. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this. If I brick on third land, this hand does nothing. If they play a hate enchantment, this hand does nothing. I think I really want something with some card selection. Obviously, this is way worse. Obviously, this hand sucks too. I would not have mulliganed if I knew this was what was happening, but here we are, I guess. Here we are. Oh, not like this. Not like this. No! Oh, we're gonna lose the unlosable matchup. We got the bye and we lost. That's so sad. Oh, wow. It doesn't even make blue matter. Oh my god, no. How did we lose the bye? Ah. It's so over. It's so over. We are cooked. We are losing to Skrelv's Hive in 2025 with our combo deck. Was I meant to go to 4? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this 5 was pretty high upside if we find the blue source in the first couple turns. What's the best year to lose to Skrall's Hive? I mean, the card was pretty good when it was printed, right? Now, if you lose to Skrall's Hive in 2005, you get to call a judge. So. Heck. 3-1 with Omni. We beat a couple tough matchups. We also beat Pixie, and then we lost the bye. Phenomenal. I guess that was just Omni, right? That match is like the best matchup for Omni, but we also just kind of lost to ourselves. Like, we had to mulligan in a bunch in game 3. Because our, like, 7 didn't make any sense. And then in game 2, we just didn't find an Omni in the top half of the deck. And that's kind of just what Omniscience does. Sometimes you just lose to yourself. Wow, did I not have 4 Venerated Rot Priests? That's completely bananas. What? Have I just never played a Rot Priest deck on Standard? Literally ever. Anything can lose to anything. It's true, it's true. I'm just playing it up for the content. I